The water for joining us on this Shabbat. The water to the Akim and Akwathia that are watching this video, as well as those who are present today to hear the word of the Most High Yahawah be brought out. If I could please begin by having someone read Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 2, Baba Kasha. The water. I want to say a quick thank you to Ak Gabar on the west coast of Washington for assisting me with bringing out this lesson today. Baba Kashad, check out his YouTube, Ishi, on YouTube.
Aisha,
Salakia.
You go correct it to Aisha.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Proverbs. That's chapter 1 and verse 2. Bring it out. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding.
Khan, the water. And that's mighty in the spirit right there, bringing that out, because more often than not, we're talking about wisdom to understand what's coming out of these precepts that we're bringing out. And we need wisdom to understand those instructions. I know it was talked about in other classes where people read the Bible front to back and have no understanding of what they're reading other than the words that are jumping off the page to them. But we need to have that wisdom that the Most High blesses us with to truly understand the instruction that's being given to us. And it's the water to the Akim and the congregations and the camps that are coming out every Shabbat to bring the word to assist our people with obtaining that wisdom so we can understand what's needed of us as Yasharallah to go back to obeying the law, statutes, commandments that the Most High expects out of us. Could you please read verse 3?
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 3. Bring it out. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity.
And right there, when the Ak Gabar helped me read that precept, the first thing that popped out to me that I understood was that we lack righteous judgment in Yasharallah. On these streets that we see today, our people, they're lacking righteous judgment to make the right decisions that the Most High offers in these scriptures for us to live by. Baba Kasha, could you continue on to verse 4?
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
Khan. And right there, when the Ak brought that out for me, the thing that I see in our society is the simple-minded reign in our communities. The easily influenced have the upper hand with influencing our youth, influencing our brothers and sisters to make those unrighteous decisions. But that's why it's our job as Yasharallah to bring out these precepts and break them down for you so you understand how to make those righteous decisions. And it's right here in the scriptures for us to do. We got to stop listening to the simple-minded who we think have that upper hand in our communities. Just because we see they got nice things or they have a smile on their face, don't mean they're living righteously. That just means they're easily influenced by the wickedness and they're enjoying living in their sin and the filth that this wicked world has created for us as blinders. Could you please bring out Isaiah 1 and 5, Baba Kasha, Salakia?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
And it reads, why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
Man, and that's tough. I know many people have probably read that and just continued on without really understanding what it's saying. When the Ak Gabar helped me read that precept, what I heard was a parental voice of the Most High saying, why do I got to keep punishing you? Why do I got to keep hitting you upside your head and you only continue to make the wrong choices? That's why he sends us as his woken up sheep to lead the people to the righteous word of the Most High Yahawah and the example that his son Yahawashi set on how to live. It's not grievous, these statutes, laws, and commandments for us to follow.
Right.
And he says right there that we need to seek wisdom and knowledge righteously, because the more we revolt, and the more we're going to suffer those hits to the head, those hits to our life. We might be suffering from depression, anxiety, lack of funds to be healthy, the lack of healthy relationships in our life with our family, with our friends, with our coworkers, and that just adds to the depression and anxiety, and that's the stricken that the Most High is talking about. How more do I have to punish you before you come back to obeying what I'm teaching you? Can I please have you read on to verse 6?
Verse 6. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
And that right there, that's pretty visual. If you didn't get a visualization of that, man, what I see is wounds, open sores, being infected with the sickness of this society that we live in, because we're not doing the righteous things that the Most High is teaching us. So he's saying from the head to the toe, you're wounded. It's not ever going to heal because we're continuing to listen to the wickedness that's propagated in this world. And that's why we need to seek wisdom and knowledge out of the book the Most High left for us through generations. And also, it's as simple as applying those laws and word that is taught to us. Now, that's not to say once you start doing this, everything's going to be perfect, handy-dandy, fantastic. Doesn't mean a bag of money is going to land on your lap. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we need to make the Most High happy and show him that we love him by obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments. So don't be fooled that because you wear your fringes or you fast or you go to the Shabbat and praise his name and give rest, that everything's going to turn around and be wonderful. That's not the case. What's that precept where he talks about when we serve the Lord that prepare thyself for temptation? Yeah, let's bring that out, Baba Kashal, because that'll expound on the misconception that sometimes we get, that if I do what the Bible tells me and if I do everything to a T, that everything is going to be great. If you read the book of Job, you know that's not true.
This is the book of Sirach,
Bring it
also
out.
known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, Salakia, chapter 2, and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
And there you go. That just spells out clearly what I was trying to explain. Just because you're doing what the Most High wants, don't expect everything just to be fantastic.
Right.
We got to go through tribulation. We got to go through judgment so that we could better explain this walk that we're living and show that, hey, things ain't always going to be easy. We got to trust the Most High that we're going through that for a reason, and certainly not blame him.
I got to
bring it out, King. Baba Kasha.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all.
Woo! That's mighty. Many are the afflictions. And if you don't know what afflictions means, definitely look it up. Because when I hear that, I just hear, that's the fire we got to walk through. That's the hardships we got to endure. And that should bring us to trust more the Most High and his word and do what he tells us. You got a precept, King? Bring it out.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 14, starting at verse 21. And when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, that they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahawah.
Man, those are mighty words right there. So definitely, those are two words I'm going to look up so I can bring it out next time. Affliction and tribulation. Those are tough things that we got to go through. The what? Doc's going to bring that out, so we got a definition to give you guys in this video, but definitely for those in attendance today. But basically, from that precept right there that the Uriel brought out, that lets us know we got to continue to bring out this word no matter what. If we got to go to a city and bring it out and get a few parking tickets, hey, count it all joy, like the Zaquan Ariel says.
That's right.
Count it all joy. Because you know what? The Most High, he got us there for a reason, doing what we're supposed to do to wake up his sheep. And we can't get angry that we got a ticket. We can't get angry that we missed our favorite TV show because we're out bringing out the word.
That's right.
That's all right. That TV show probably got madness in it anyways.
Wake them up, Mark. Not seeing affliction, however. What was the next one?
Tribulation.
That's
Shah.
definitely.
And the Ak is utilizing the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. If you don't have one, definitely pick one up. That's kind of written books helps us better understand the word that was written. We can't always take the words at face value. As we know, the book was written in parables, and there's mysteries in these precepts that we have to study to show ourselves approved, that we understand, so that we bring it out correctly for Yahawah.
God. All right, so here we go. Give me 1 second. All right, so this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary definition
Bring it out.
of tribulation. However, I just want to note really quick that this particular tribulation is speaking of the Great Tribulation. So it says tribulation / or comma, Great Tribulation. Sometimes this suffering is just the natural part of one's life, while at other times it is looked upon as a definite punishment or chastening from the Lord for misbehavior.
Bam, there you go. It's either a natural part of life or it's a punishment. And we already know from the curse of Deuteronomy, we're living a lot of those punishments because of our ancestors for turning their backs against the Most High and going back on the covenant that they made with the Most High Yahawah. So we got to count it all joy. We just got to go through it and continue to bless the next generation to show them that we're doing what the Most High says with diligence.
God.
Got a precept, King? Bring it out.
All praises. Just to elaborate on the brother's point. This is Isaiah 48 and verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
There you go. I'm not a metalsmith, but I understand that. You know, you gotta work that metal until you get all that impurities out. You gotta put it through that fire so that it comes out pure. And I know everybody likes gold, but we gotta make sure that our spirit works towards being that gold. So again, let's count it all joy by going through these afflictions. Let's count it all joy by going through these tribulations, because we know that there's the gate waiting for us according to our heritage, one of the 12 tribes. And that's the name of our camp, 12 Gates Israelites, because we're striving to get to the gate that is reserved for us. And we're trying to show Yahawah the path to the gate of their heritage, of their forefathers. Hallelujah. So please, stay diligent and continue reading and studying so that you understand the tribulation and affliction that we're suffering is for a reason. Don't give up the fight. Talk to your elders, talk to your Zaquanium, talk to your brothers in the camps, and let it be known that we're walking this path together, because we're not individualites. We're Israelites. Can I please get... Did we already read Isaiah 1 and 7? I think we left off at 6. Baba Shah. In this little lesson here, I'm just trying to get to the point of repentance. You know, we were talking about being stricken. We were talking about knowing wisdom. Because we want everybody to know that we need to repent on a daily. Kill the old man. Come back to the Most High by following his law, statutes, and commandments. Bring it out, King.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse... Wait, you said verse 7?
7, Baba Shah.
In verse 7, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers.
And that tells me when I hear it, that we look around our city and we see people, we see cars, we see buildings We may think our city is full. We may think our city is striving and thriving, but it's not. Because there's far few in between of our people living righteously, let alone teaching righteously. So for the few camps that we got in all these different communities bringing out the word, we need to appreciate the Most High waking up our spirit to bring it out. Because we want to bring back, Salakia, the righteousness to these communities. And that can only be done through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Wake them up.
Because these laws that man give us drive us farther and farther away from the Most High. And that's what's keeping us under these curses of Deuteronomy.
That's right.
Baba Kasha, continue to verse 8.
So book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 8.
Khan.
And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city.
Khan. And hearing that makes me think that we got to read and hear the instruction and the word of the Most High. Wisdom is mother, and that we got to use that wisdom from what we learn and apply it. And it was talking about vegetables, cucumbers, and all that. And how else will that stuff grow and be fruitful if we're not taking care of it? So we need to take care of our spirit by adhering to the word and applying it in our life. We can't just read the book in our room by ourselves and go back to the wickedness and the madness that's striving in this community, in these cities, in these different countries, because Yahawah is spread out at the four corners of the earth. So we need to wake up our people at all costs to reach them with the truth and with the gospel that the Most High has blessed our spirits to wake up and know. Shalom, Brother Howard. Good to see you, King. Could you continue on to verse 9, Baba Kasha?
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Man, again, I'm visual. When I hear this stuff, I see things. And when he's saying we should have been like Sodom, we should have been like Gomorrah, that's telling me he says, I should have wiped you out. I should have just got rid of you because you guys just keep doing the wrong things that this wicked world is telling you to do that you think is right. But again, we need to seek wisdom. We need to be righteous. We need to apply what this word is telling us. Because that could be as simple as it is. The Most High, I don't know if he winks. I don't know if he snaps his finger. I don't know if he waves a magic wand. I highly doubt it. Because all he needs to do is just think it and it happens. And he could easily wipe out this world at any given moment. But he leaves that remnant, which is Yahawah, which is the congregation, which is the woken up spirits, to bring the truth out and wake up the rest of Yahawah. So he gives us that love of that chance to wake up and to repent for our wicked ways. So Baba Kasha, read the book, apply it, talk to your congregation, show up to the Shabbat, show up to the classes, watch the classes over, comment. You got questions, comment, reach out, grab a flyer, read the flyer, but most importantly, adhere to the word of the Most High, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
That's right.
Could I get, that was 1 and 9 you just read? Or 1 and 8?
Yep.
1 and 9? Could you, Baba Kasha, 1 and 11?
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams.
The water. And we all know that the law of sacrifice has been done away with. And that's just Yahawah right there explaining that he's tired of us utilizing sacrifices and letting his creations go to waste just to say sorry. The way we say sorry is we repent. The way we say sorry is obey and do those commandments through the laws and statutes. And it's as simple as that. And it took me a while to understand that. I used to be so ashamed of the sins that I was committing. I would just think in my head, I'm sorry, but that wasn't enough. Because I would continue to walk around feeling that shame. I would want to just stay in the house and not do nothing because I would think everybody could see my sin. I would think everybody could see the shame that was on my face. And the only way that I could get rid of that shame that I know now is to stop doing it. Is to ask the Most High for forgiveness wholeheartedly. And I know I can't pretend like that don't matter, because it does. Because as he said before, he could wipe us out at any moment. Those trials of tribulation and affliction, they could come at any moment. I could suffer those tribulations and affliction at any point for past sins. I could suffer those afflictions and tribulations for future sins, perhaps. But that's why I say count it as joy. Know that he's punishing you so that you learn from your mistakes. And I'm hard-headed. I typically choose to learn the hard way, just because it's not as easy for me just to do off instruction. So I got to count all my afflictions and tribulations as joy. So the water to the Most High. Bring it out, King Slakia. 111.
I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he-goats.
Khan. And the notes that I wrote on that too is, Yasharallah, don't revert back to sin. If you learn what a sin is, stop doing it. If you need help to overcome that sin, reach out to your Akim, reach out to your Zaquania, but most of all, reach out to the Most High and ask him wholeheartedly to assist, to intercede in your life, to take away that sin. I struggle with a lot of different stuff. I struggle with smoking weed. I struggle with drinking the minute I got up until the minute I passed out or blacked out. But I had to ask the Most High to give me strength in my spirit to resist those temptations. And all praise to the Most High, he blessed me to overcome that addiction to marijuana. And we see it today with the legalization, how easy they try to make it for us to obtain that, because they love us living in sin. The longer we live in sin, the longer this wicked world is going to reign. And that's why we say the simple-minded reign, because they try to dumb us down with their influence by waving the carrot in front of the donkey and say, here, take this weed, it's legal. We ain't going to bust you no more. We ain't going to throw you in jail. And we should really not take that carrot. We should be angry and say, why are you trying to make it legal now? You was locking us up, giving us tons of time back then, but now because your people want to do business and make that quick, easy money, it's okay? La-ah. Put that down. Get away from it. It's probably all chemicals anyways, you know what I mean? It ain't natural like they say. I hear that argument more often than not. Oh, it's natural. It's okay because it's natural. No, it's not natural. Yahawah wants us to be sober-minded. And if we're getting high, we ain't sober-minded. Can I, Baba Kashah, get verse 12?
That's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand, to treat my courts? Salakia, to tread my courts.
Khan, and the notes that I wrote for that was, destruction awaits with sin. So that's what the Most High is saying. He's like, in my courts, who's going to come and give you a dismissal? Not him, because he gave us clear instruction for a reason. And if we're not obeying that instruction, we got to take the punishment. We got to gird up our loins and be men and accept what awaits us for us committing sin, especially once we've woken up. And that's my fear, because now that I know what sin is, I'm always fearful of the Most High, because he could tell me, hey, you know what sin is and you keep sinning, so now I got to chastise you. And again, I got to accept it with all joy, because I'm hard-headed. I got to take that harsh punishment for me to really learn. And Baba Kashah, Yahawah, that I do what's right and I get away from that sin. But most of all, too, I want to be able to testify to that for the other Yasharallah out there who are suffering the same and don't know how to get past it and get over it. So the water, everybody, for giving me your time, and the water to the Akim for bringing it out. Everybody enjoy your Shabbat. Praise the Most High's name. That Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam Yasharallah. I yield my time.